In this video, we'll see live options trading with gains from several hundreds of dollars,
Literally $500 in 4 minutes.
up to $10,000.
Puts her up 87%, man.
Thanks for liking and subscribing. Let's get into it. Starting us off at number 5 is Chad Trades, whose SPY options trades pulls him in around $700 in 15 minutes.
Basically, here I'm thinking about entering right now. As you can see, it's starting to pull back. We have this big resistance level. Now I'm trying to see if it's turning into a support. I just placed my first order. Okay, it just filled. As you can see, we have around $2,700 invested. What I'm trying to do is get some confirmation before I add in my next entry. So let's go ahead and see what happens. Now, the main reason I was taking this trade is because the SPY, it ripped up. And as you can see, the line right here, this was a big resistance earlier this morning. Once we broke above this, I was waiting for the pullback to see if we would have some support here. And the target for this trade would be up here where this 396.60 level. As you can see, I just added in. Now we're at 5,100 total on this trade. We are trading options, obviously. We have around 40 contracts on this trade. Okay, it's starting to move nicely now. As we can see, we're up $82 on the day and $570 on this trade that we just took. Looks like we're starting to pull back. I think that 5-minute candle just closed. When I see green, I don't want to sell right away because I want to let my winners run as much as possible. So we had a pretty big pullback back to the support level. It's making that higher low, right? It's making that higher low. If we pulled back right here, I would have got out, right? But now we're starting to rip up, and this is where I'm watching to see if we can really break that level right here. As you can see, I just took my first initial, see how we got this pop? I just took my first size off. As you can see, we're up 387 on the day now. I just took some more size off, and now, we basically closed half of it, right? So this is where I'm starting to lock in some profits. We just closed another minute candle. I'm thinking about selling more since we're starting to go up more. As we can see, we're up $500 on the day. Looks like we're probably up around, we're down $400 initially. So it looks like we're up around $900 on this trade so far. I just sold some more. I have around 1,300 left of this position size. So that means I sold 80% of my position so far. Okay, so it looks like we never broke that previous resistance level right here, this little level. And look at that fake out, right? We immediately pulled back. This is where, yep, I sold. So boom, that was the trade. As you can see on this position, I was up 578 and then 87. So I made just under $700 on this trade. That was around 15 minutes.
Next up at number 4 is Claytrader, who holds his conviction on some Tesla puts despite some intense market volatility and is well rewarded with $500 in just 4 minutes.
I'll be currently looking for is to potentially play some calls, but Tesla's gonna have to drop a bit more. But it's a $1,000 stock, so dropping $7 from 1080, which is the current price, I don't think is too unrealistic. But that is, like I said, the current game plan for now. And there is the market open. Definitely, I'm not going to touch Tesla during the first minute because things can go pretty much any which way. Right, I feel like Tesla's going to try to come down. So I'm going to try to get some puts here at 35.50. Okay, in there at 35.50. Now let's see if Tesla wants to come down to 1080 and below. Well, that's not going according to plan. Let's see if it's just a temporary freak out. In fact, if it does come back down to 1080, I will look to add. Dropping back down. 1083 definitely being a very stubborn area right now, but if that can fall, then I like the chances it can get back down to 1080. But 1083, that's definitely the key point right now. All right, here we go. Maybe 1083. I'll let it play because this thing's moving. Okay, there's the break at 1083. Looking like I was wrong as it didn't necessarily need it to come down through 1080. There we go. Nice $500 scalp. Decided not to add, which may come back to bite me. But, if I can make $500 in 4 minutes, I mean, it's 9:34 right now. I'm not a greedy savage. I am extremely grateful for that and very happy with it. Literally $500 in 4 minutes. I am more than happy with that. And I'm going to move on with my day.
Coming in at number 3 is Mossy Trades, who also takes a short position with some put options, this time with Amazon. Her attention to price levels helps her lock in over $900 in just 4 minutes.
33.65 is my support, so I want to see Amazon be able to hold below that support for more downside to 33.
right there. Amazon holds below 33.65. You're going to see me fill my order in just a second. There you go. Buy, order goes in on Amazon. The first fill that I got was at $952.13 with the $12.60 contract, and then the second fill I got an even better price at $12.37. I had a 33.65 support. My target was 33.55 on Amazon, so that's the level that I'm looking for Amazon to touch. I really like this setup that I have on IB because it helps me just focus and follow through with my trading plan. And you can see Amazon starts to fall here. Just watching. Now I'm going to get ready to obviously close my positions. Amazon's around 33.60. So remember, my target is 33.55. So the closer it gets to 33.55, every $5 level is a target. So 33.60 is a target, 33.55 is my second target. So as Amazon approaches 33.60 and 33.55, I want to lock my profits as it's continuing to move. So you can see my first fill was at 9.54, so I locked some of my profit at 9.54. But you can see this is the Amazon put chart, the 1 minute candle, and you can see that the premium price is increasing, which is good. So that means that Amazon is dropping. So you can see the contracts after I filled my positions on Amazon. My first one was at 9.54, and then my second was at 9.56. It went from around $12.60 to $14.43. I made about a 15% profit on this scalp here on Amazon. This was my P&L, so I made about $900, a little over $900 on Amazon.
Our runner-up at number 2 is a bonus 2-in-1 by Vincent Deciano with AMD and Tesla puts. His knowledge and focus on supply and demand price levels helps him pull in over $2 grand.
I'm sort of interested in fading this AMD pop. Alright, I'm taking some AMD puts. I'm starting a light position here. Stop is over 99.50, yesterday's highs. I'm going to try to fade this AMD pop into that level. I'm just trusting my level. That's all I'm doing. I know my levels, 99.50, 100. I know it's heavy up there. I'm just going to trust it and try to take advantage of this pop. I'm pretty confident in this AMD play, guys. I'm going to hold this a little bit. I really like this supply above, especially with what I'm seeing on the market right now. If AMD drops this low, I'm going to take some off. Okay, perfect. Taking some off there on AMD. Boom. I'm going down to 5 contracts on AMD. Up 1,600. Awesome play. Down to 5. Just locking most of it up. Not gonna let this go red on me.
So this trade was pretty much just a very clean supply rejection of 99.50, the prior day triple top, and then in conjunction to that, watching the NASDAQ, understanding what the market's doing. AMD will typically move with the NASDAQ. Now, it's not always the case, right? And that's why we have stop losses. So if AMD wanted to move without the NASDAQ today, if it wanted to continue higher, I would have taken my loss at 99.50. I would have accepted my loss, accepted that I was wrong. In this case, this trade ended up being very nice, about a $1,500 winner.
Tesla's sort of pushing into 170 again. Just watch 170. All right, I'm taking a little stab on Tesla here. I'm in some Tesla 170 puts. I love that little wick rejection of that supply again. Taking a stab. Look at that ES 4130 rejection. There we go, Tesla. All right, up 10% already. Okay, great. Great. I might take half off here, but still seeing weakness on the market. So maintaining. If the SPY drops 410, Tesla should really drop here. There goes Tesla. Come on, baby. What a perfect entry. Need to break VWAP now, though. Make sure you're scaling out of Tesla here. Might hold a VWAP. Awesome trade on Tesla, guys. That's 20% right there. I think I'm getting out of here early today. If we bounce back over VWAP, I'm taking Tesla off. I'm out. All out of Tesla. $718.
So you can see 2-minute chart, we had a slow grind right back into that supply, back into that pre-market high, back into that triple top rejection from the day prior. I took some puts here, risking over 170, so about a 50-cent stop. And you can see we got a beautiful downside scalp here. You can see when I entered, the candle confirmation that I got to take this position. And I hope you guys learned something from watching these trades recorded live.
And finally, our number 1 trade is by none other than Trader Society, who scales into puts on the SPY, riding a massive bear wave that brings him in an impressive 87% gain, or around $10,000.
SPY is trying to form some lower highs here at the previous closing price. But yeah, it's turning, it's forming a roof at the previous closing price. All right, I'm scaling into 382 puts. All right, so I'm in on 382 puts here because it formed a roof at the previous closing price. That's the reason why. All right, I just scaled into more puts. So the key is we need to maintain under the previous closing price, which is going to be this 382.40. All right, if we continue to react as a resistance level, I'm going to scale into more puts. All right, I scaled into more puts here on the SPY. All right, if we start to break down, I'm going to add more to puts here. All right, I just added more to puts. 382 put strike. If we can crack 381.50 and turn that into resistance, we will be on track to see 379 today. So the SPY did just form some support again on the retest. It formed a little bullish wick here. I'm not buying it. I think it's still bearish. I think it's going to be a fake out. I don't think this looks bullish at all. Previous closing price has been confirmed resistance. I'm going to continue to hold my puts. Currently up 18% on those. Man, if we can go under 381.50, it's going to rug. It's going to rug if we can go under that. All right, guys, puts are now up 40% on the SPY. So the key from here is the SPY needs to turn this 381.50 into a resistance level. That's the key. It's going to try to bounce back to 381.50. It needs to crack and react as a resistance level. All right, so I'm going to start scaling out of some puts here. I'm scaling out of puts here for a 45% win. All right, so I scaled out of 1/3 of my position for a 40% win here. Okay, I'm gonna start scaling out more. Puts are up 60%. All right, I'm scaling out more here. Scaling out of puts, scaling out of puts. All right, I just sold a lot of puts there. Wow, what a day, man. Puts are up 70%. I got very small size left from here. Puts are up 87%, man. 87%. I'm gonna sell the rest here, man. I gotta get out. I'm gonna sell the rest here.